Hey, everybody, Scoots. This is going to be a little different than where I pitch for Sleep With Me Plus. These are more questions because I'm going to try to do some listening and see what we can change up about supporting the show and keeping the show going. So if you listen to Sleep With Me like most nights or all night, and you hear the support messages, particularly the intense ones we've been doing since April of 2025 and the mini-sodes, I'd love to know what kind of goes through your mind. If you're a regular listener, is it like, I'll do it later? Or is it something like someone else has it covered? Or is it like, I don't want to think about this right now. I'm trying to go to sleep. And you don't have to answer these questions. But if you do, and there's other questions this is a whole thing. I'm trying to listen and figure out, so if you're like a regular listener and you've never supported the show and you didn't already fill out a survey that's like, I'm not going to support the show or I can't support the show. So if you're in that middle, you could let me know the answers to those questions at sleepwithmepodcast.com/listen. Or not. But yeah, that's sleepwithmepodcast.com/listen. I'm here to listen to you. Thanks.
This show is supported by Odoo. When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Every idea starts with a problem. Warby Parker's was simple. Glasses are too expensive. So they set out to change that. By designing glasses in-house and selling directly to customers, they're able to offer prescription eyewear that's expertly crafted and unexpectedly affordable. Warby Parker glasses are made from premium materials like impact-resistant polycarbonate and custom acetate. And they start at just $95, including prescription lenses. Get glasses made from the good stuff. Stop by a Warby Parker store near you.
Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends everywhere. Whether you're friends or I'm not I can be a friend, but I'm not normally super friendly. If you have anyone super friendly living within you, that's great. I'd like to learn more. There's got to have been a hero called Super Friendly. Here's the thing. Here's another chance for time travel, pointless time travel, another edition when I'm supposed to be setting up a sleep podcast. I think I've talked about this in other intros. There used to be a restaurant. It was similar to a diner and an ice cream parlor called Friendly's. There still are a few left in the United States, but here's the thing. Go back in time. Friendly's. Maybe it could have gone a little smoother if you had not animatronics, but you could. That'd be fun. I mean, you'd have me thinking about you at least more. But you could have at least a mascot. Super Friendly. Come on down to Friendly. It could be an ice cream cone or a sundae, though that might be strange because then you say, or a shake. I mean, I don't know. They had Shamrock Shakes and stuff at the other place. Super Friendly. This podcast really is, the heart of the show is being super friendly, even though I have trouble with friendliness. Because I'm really here to be your friend in the deep, dark night and keep you company. Welcome if you're new. This show does take some getting used to, clearly. And I'm sure it's a bit different than what you expected. But here's what I'm here to do. Take your mind off of stuff and keep you company while you fall asleep. So just give the show a few tries, see how it goes. If you already loathe the show, sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you has other sleep podcasts and sleepy stuff on there. But just to see how it goes, I'm just here to help. I'm just here to be a mild distraction in the deep, dark night, kind of like watching TV, where you say, what's the most what's a channel that's super boring, but not too boring? That's what I'd like to put out. I'd like to listen to that in the other, have it on in the other room. That's what Sleep With Me is. So I'm glad you're here. Structurally, what we got coming up. Majority of people listen to this show, the ad-supported show, linearly. So that's what we've structured the show around. But you could adjust. I'll explain that later in the intro. We got support, so the show could be free. Paying for it's optional. Then there's a long, meandering intro. which is meant to ease you into bedtime or help you get ready for bed, to take your mind off of stuff, to kind of set the mood. And later on, it'll be our bedtime story. It'll be about a journey into the world of Friends. I mean, that's what could be more sleepy than that. So that's the show. I'm really glad you came by to check it out, and let's see how it goes. And these sponsors are how we're able to do it for free twice a week.
This show is supported by Blue Land. Living a cleaner and more sustainable lifestyle by reducing single-use plastics is a small action that makes a big difference. And Blue Land is on a mission to make it easy for everyone to make those sustainable choices. They believe that hard-working, clean products can be the norm, not the exception, so that you can do better for your family and the planet at the same time. From cleaning sprays and toilet bowl cleaner to dishwasher and laundry detergent tablets, Blue Land's 100% microplastic-free, EPA Safer Choice certified formulas are safe to use around people, pets, and plants. You'll love not having to choose between the safe option and what actually gets your house clean. Blue Land products are independently tested to perform alongside major brands, and the formulas are free from dyes, parabens, and harsh chemicals. Plus, Blue Land is a certified B Corp and certified cruelty-free by Leaping Bunny. Their formulas are EPA Safer Choice certified, and many have received the Gold Material Health Certificate from Cradle to Cradle. And right now, Blue Land has a special offer for listeners. Get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/PRX. You won't want to miss this. blueland.com/PRX for 15% off. That's blueland.com/PRX to get 15% off. Museums are more than places we visit on a field trip. Across the country, museums protect our shared history, care for wildlife and collections, strengthen local economies, support job training, and spark curiosity in people of all ages. Right now, you can help make sure museums stay strong for future generations. Museum Advocacy Day is a national moment when people contact Congress to ask for continued support for museums and the federal agencies that fund them. Learn how to take action at aam-us.org and tell your representatives that museums matter to education, to communities, to the economy, and to our democracy.
All right, everybody, this is Scoots. Welcome to Journey into the World of Friends, our ongoing episodically modular series. I believe this is episode 12, and we did have also a bonus episode, but that makes it episode 12, and then we'll have episode 14. Very convenient, right? Maybe. I don't know if we'll have, I don't know about the next episode, but I'm always trying to figure my way around these things, steer clear of those numbers. But if you're new, don't worry. The reason when I say episodically modular, it means you can listen to it in any order. And even if this is your first episode, it'll be like there's 11 prequels plus a holiday prequel or like a jump back episodes. And then now I'm distracted because my brain's thinking of it's interrupting me with a metaphor about what I'm saying. So I'll get back. But so you could listen to these in any order. You could listen to this one first, and then because the characters will catch you up on what's happening. My brain said, just like the books we're reading, because I'm reading a book by Stephen King. Just to keep it sleepy. His book is called The Obscured Tower with Not a Lot of Light. Some people would consider it a series of books, but when you read from Stefan's perspective, it's one story or one book. And book 4, which is maybe my favorite, thus far my favorite, is it book 4? My brain's like, I think it's book 3, dude. No, I think it's book 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Our next. But book 4 is mostly... prequel's not the right thing because I think that's like, but it's whatever. Previously in the life of Roland, it doesn't start like that, but it could. That sounds like like the beginning of a TV show Lost. Was that Titus Welliver that would say that? Previously in the life of Roland. But it's a great story. But what my example thinking was like, you could read, I was out to dinner with somebody And I said, have you read those books? And they said, I don't know. I think I may. I said, you could read the fourth one, I think, and then read the other ones. I mean, that's not a suggestion, but just a possibility. But I was also so, like, I was in the throes of, like, a book love affair, because I was almost done with it when I was out to dinner, because this was last week. I actually finished the book last night. And I said, God, read this, man. So anyway, you can listen to these episodes in any order. If you're new, this is the one TMI where you say, that was the most boring TMI I've ever heard in my life. You just TMI'd me with, and I said, right, it's a sleep podcast. Finally, I got TMI right. TMT, too many tangents. You can't have that with sleep with me. I mean, you can, because I got to get back to the story. Also, was I buying time for our Hollywood announcer, or was I using the time of our Hollywood announcer? He would shrug and smile because he is so gracious. Those kind of words, time has no meaning, because time slows down when he's here. It's our Hollywood announcer, Mr. Antonio Banderas. As the friends behind the binary, as the ladies, the gentlemen, the boys and girls, it's time to journey into the world of friends. Yeah, yippee-yay. Time with you is time well spent. Wow. Thanks, Antonio. Nothing could be truer except for a little addendum, which is like, if you can be still for the next hour and 10 minutes, then it'll be time well spent. Otherwise, it'll be an hour and 40 minutes interspersed by me sighing and using strong language when I hear your steely jaw creak. Not that your jaw's creaking. I think the earth is creaking, like the earth shifts. When they say the earth moves under your feet, like there may be a planetary. Can a planet have a somatic response? I mean, I know Krakoa could have, but am I pronouncing that right, or am I mixing up Araco and Krakoa? He doesn't even know what I'm talking about. But more obscure reference within an obscure reference. But if the planet, maybe there's a planet on Starfield that has the somatic planet. If you landed on that planet, I mean, it wouldn't be, somatic responses can be positive, right? Like the earth is like more shifting in pleasure, but it's not good. The thing is, that's fine outside of recording a sleep podcast, but I can't have pleasurable planetary shifts that are some sort of planetary somatic response to your jaw or your eyes or your presence while I'm recording. So if you could just keep your graciousness under control, then it'll be time well spent. Otherwise, it'll be, I mean, for you, the planet, everybody else in existence, sure, time well spent. But for me, it'll get my gravy, as they say. I don't know if anybody says it. Do they say get my gravy? Oh, he just said it. Can you say that? You want me to go get you some gravy? No, that was me pretending to be Antonio, because he's already lying down. He has a full... So we had to get rid of the Tyvek suit because it made too much noise. So he is in like this, like I got this extra large onesie for him to put on over his clothes, and don't worry. Well, I don't have any open he doesn't seem to mind. And then I say, okay, don't move. Just don't move. That's how much Mr. Antonio Banderas loves you, listeners, and putting you to sleep. He's even smiling, like, while he's doing it. It's cute. I mean, I can't, because of privacy concerns and our contractual obligations and imagination stuff. It's very cute, though. He's lying on a bed with his hands, like, on his, like, belly, like, clasped. Looks very relaxed. I could not be relaxed in that state, but I expect, of course, I expect him to be, because that's just how I roll. So anyway, welcome to talk about a journey into the world of friends. We've journeyed to somewhere else, but he shows friendship, planetary and otherwise. It is time well spent with friends here on Journey into the World of Friends. Okay, so what just happened? I'm kind of, I I know we rested. This is Wada speaking. And I think we just got to figure out, can we just go over everything and then figure out what we're going to do? Oh, I should go over everything. Okay, so this is M. Wada, the wizard of our party. Oh, man, I guess I'm feeling weary. Why am I weary? Well, I'm a member of a party of adventurers. I'm here with Zell, working class warrior, M. Wada, I'm a wizard. We have our Florentian nurse, Eleanor. We have Lord Von Chill, Hardy, your gracing. He's a lord that leaps, not very high, but he could leap if he needed to. He'll leap into action. He leaps with his mouth. He leaps with his mouth, and he doesn't look. Lord Von Chill. I'm just kidding, Lord Von Chill. And, of course, fleet of foot, nimble of finger, dexterity is their thing. Locks don't stand a chance, and neither do surprises at the hands of Granada of Darmok. And we're here in the Holiday Hut or the Holiday Lodge, and we just witnessed... Oh, yeah, back up. Thank you, Lord Von Chill. That was useful, actually. You're right. Okay, we started this adventure in another world, our world, but somehow we've entered the world of the game we were designing, or the campaign we were designing, in the world of the before time, in our world. So is that time travel? I don't know if we're in. Anyway, I don't know. So maybe I shouldn't go talk about stuff I don't understand. But basically, I was with a group of friends, and we had decided to rekindle our friendship over a game that would have had a DM, but we didn't have a DM because, some people don't like to just be DM and try to play the campaign, or always be DM and always be expected to prepare for something. Didn't realize this was deep inside me. Speaking on behalf of DMs, or game administrator, we'll say. So we didn't have a DM. We just had 5 party members, which in the past we only had 4 party members. Now we have 5, which is great. Really, I'm not being I'm glad you're here, Granada. So we decided, in the absence of a DM, to design our own campaign into the Land of Leisure, which in the before time was a theme park, right? Oh, wait, are we 3 befores? Then the after time. Anyway, once upon a time, it was a theme park called the Land of Leisure in the state of Florida, which is the state of the sun. Then, after the first before time, I think, then the theme park, closed down because of stuff going on, and was forgotten about. So after it was forgotten about for a while is when our adventure takes place. We had already gone on adventure into the world of tomorrow, Journey into Land of Tomorrow, which was a campaign we played, but we didn't design. So we decided we would create a campaign based on some brainstorming and no bad ideas. And we would go into an attraction called the Journey into the World of Friends. And we started out like most adventurers do in a town-esque, where we gathered, rumors and motivations and supplies. And, then we stood at the threshold, and there was actually guardians of the threshold. I didn't even think about that, unintentionally. And then we entered the attraction and the adventure. And at some point, things have been fuzzy the whole time. But at some point, we awoke within the attraction we were in, the game, in the adventure we were playing. And we'll just have to roll with it at this point, that we're actually really here. And we had met Mary Bear, who seemed to be the leader. Oh, also this attraction, if you're not a history major, this attraction had come to life. All of the beings in the attraction had gained sentience, or received sentience from a well of a spiritual nature that's connected to another world, or could be a portal into another world, a well of a spiritual nature beyond our grasp. It was the same issue in our written adventure, but now it's a real thing. It has both good and not so good parts. The well was under the ground and covered in water, and somehow water and good spiritual natures have kept most of the non-good spiritual natures caught in the well or kind of submerged or something. And this well was maybe a thing of legend, but what we were here for was different than just the well. We were here to stop Vidul, who was the son of the Baron of Boyle. And actually we didn't even know that, I think, at the time. All we knew was that the free flow of water for Florida had been upset, and we were here to establish the free flow of water because the Baron of the Boyle, the leader of Florida, had, tasked us with this. Of course, we all had other motivations and stuff like that, but those obviously have gone by the wayside for the most part, unless somebody's going to do a last-minute friendship change. But I don't think that would be appropriate for this story. Campaign, by the way. Okay, so we've thought, we're going to go into this attraction. Well, we had a couple options. We could start a countdown that would flood the entire Land of Leisure and establish it would get rid of all the water control mechanisms, some of which are mechanical and powered by the ocean. So they kind of seem to always work, or for the most part. But we said we could get rid of all that stuff, and then the water would just flow naturally. The downside would be the whole park would be flooded. But if we could just stop Vidul or whoever was controlling the water, we could do that. Also, the Baron of the Boyle's son was also in the park and was in a party of adventurers before us. So we said, we'll help the Baron of the Boyle's son establish the free flow water either by using these mechanical tools to flood the whole park, or stop the leader, who is Vidul, a cool-blooded dragon, like a dragon-based being, but similar to a biped mammal, magic user, very powerful, very tricky. And that was our goal, and to have fun and adventure in our own friendship. So we met Mary Bear, who seems to be the leader of the attraction. Oh, because of the well, the well gives localized sentience to the beings within the attraction. Most of this, or almost everything we've met, all the sentient beings, friends we call them, because this ride was once a boat ride through friendship around the world. And so all the friends, kind of plushies or stuffies, came to life, and they're nice. And actually, they only want kind of a peaceful means of existence and dancing and singing and stuff. So once we met them, it kind of became, not all of us agreed. We said, we can't just flood the whole park because they can't leave their attraction. If they're covered in green goop, they could go outside for a few minutes, but then they have to come back inside. And if you needed me to explain to you in a different way, it's kind of like if you, instead of going to the big farm, you ended up in a well, which was like a temporary zone. Sounds like this is only our theory, or my theory. In that temporary zone, which is the well, maybe it's clogged or something, I don't know. So then, and this would answer a lot of questions from our world, like real theological questions from our world. But so the well, if it's clogged or something, then instead of going to the big farm, you end up as Mary Bear, like a bear plushie within an attraction in the world of Friends. After that, we're not really sure, but we did find out was that Vidul was also working or serving a mist dragon from the not-so-nice part of that big farm temporary transfer area, who has big plans and is in a hurry. So we still don't know, so we don't know everything, but we suspect that they're trying to get to free the well and then take over our this world and probably our world too. because it seems to have a lot of power in it because it's got stored up spiritual essences. And I think that's everything. It doesn't, I mean, so where we are right now at this moment is, one, we came to the friends to say, hey, could you create a distraction and help us stop Vidul? And they said, well, we're friends, so we can't really do any offensive maneuvering. And we've become friends with a lot of Vidul's employees, so we're not so sure about that. And we said, oh, boy. And then while we were trying to figure that out, we took a break because we were trying to do only bad ideas. And the dragon and Vidul appeared, and Mary Bear had increased efficiency for everyone. But the dragon seems to be Vidul seemed to be in a hurry. The dragon seems to be more in a hurry. And the dragon said, I don't care about efficiency work. If you're more efficient, that means more work should be getting done. And then the dragon seemed to relocate or absorb Mary Bear's essence of spiritual being. We're not sure what happened after that, other than that Mary Bear's plushie is inoperable. Then the dragon and Vidul disappeared. And recently, Mary Bear's, Vidul's, there was a disagreement, but it was resolved peacefully between Vidul's team and the friends. And the Vidul said, don't worry, I need to take Mary Bear for a little while. So, we still got to stop. So here's what, now I'm talking it out with everybody and you're listening. So here's the thing. Vidul still thinks we're stuck in the security room, probably, right? I mean, I think there's a 99.9% chance of that. And maybe who knows, our spiritual beings and stuff. We know Vidul and the dragon are both in a hurry. We don't know why. And we know we got to do something, right? I think that's everything. So, I mean, I think we got to figure out the why. Maybe we don't have to figure out the whys. We have advantages. So I'm trying to figure out what the next step is. Does anybody have anything else to add? Okay, Eleanor. I mean, I think I've been focused on sending comforting energy to the everybody in here. So I wasn't listening really, but we can't let this the toys our friends are wondering if now they're concerned. So actually they are working at a higher rate because they don't want to be absorbed by a mist dragon either. And Zell, go ahead. Yeah, Zell, this is Zell. I mean, I think that's one motivation I share. Is we're here now. We've journeyed into the world of friends, right? We need to be friends for the friends. But also we don't have to be, we're not plush-based beings, right? So I don't have I have my own softness, but I don't have to be soft about what happened about Mary Bear. And I could see Lord Von Chill and Granada and even Eleanor and Uwada nodding along. So I am extra motivated, and maybe in a way the friends wouldn't agree with, but this is personal now because I liked Mary Bear. She was our friend. I like saying Mary Bear repair, and I liked the whole metaphor about the power of grease or whatever that was. So I don't know what we should do. I know if I was leading, I would probably rush in. So let's just remove me. Granada, go ahead. Yeah, so this is Granada of Darmok. And, I've said to myself, there's a lot of things I've said to myself in past times, Shako when the walls fell. Temba, arms open wide, and many other things. But I agree. I'm feeling the same way the rest of our party's feeling. But I'm wondering if, softer touch at first is. So I think we need to learn more. What if we, I've been following the kind of construction. I think we could get from this, since we're up high, I think if Vidul's not actively looking for us, that we could probably find, like, we know where Vidul's, like, office is. Why don't you just follow me and we'll head there now and listen in on Vidul? Just follow. Yeah, we're going this way. It's not that far. And, yeah, I think if we just go over this way and, I'm glad that we're communicating quiet. Wait a second. I think, yeah, if we just get through this vent here. Yeah, now this one's still constructed. This used to be for airflow, and there's Vidul down. Is Vidul singing down there? This is Wada. So I have a sound block, so we could talk at a normal indoor voice without Vidul here. Vidul is singing, and we're able to kind of talk and listen at the same time as a part of what I cast. What's going on with the Baron of the Boyle Sun down there? This is I see the Baron of Boyle Sun's in a deep sleep. I think it's a reaction. This is Eleanor. I think it's a reaction to this song. Is this song about the geology of Florida? Like it's some sort of, is this one of those songs you're making it up? Like Vidul's singing, this is a made up song. Oh my gosh. It's pretty good. It is long, though. It's one of those ongoing songs about, it is about the geology of Florida and what's under the ground and all around. So, okay, wait a second. What's that jar over there full of mist? This is that looks a little bit like an outline of Mary Bear. Okay, so there's it's glowing green, though. Okay, okay, wait a second. Vidul seems to be laughing with confidence. Okay, this is Wada. So Vidul's laying out. Okay, so Vidul's planning on fooling the dragon. But Vidul's putting something green and glowing into Mary Bear, too. I mean, not the jar Mary Bear, the plushy friend stuffy Mary Bear. Okay, why? I don't know. Okay, so hold on. Okay, I'm listening to the song and breaking it down. Okay, so Vidul has started the countdown to flood the park. So this was is that a red herring? So Vidul's planning on keeping some of the locks. Okay, so the Vidul and the dragon had planned on freeing. Okay, see that down there? That's actually a scale model of what Vidul is working on. That's what Vidul. So, see how that one lock is that controls the water flow, but Vidul's relocated the water. So instead of the whole park flooding, just the area around the well's going to flood. Once that lock is down, because of the new construction that Vidul and the dragon have been doing. So then the well will be uncovered, but the water will still flow, obviously, because then Vidul can control the water flow and the dragon, so they'll still have power over the rest of Florida. It's Florida. Okay, thanks, Florida. And what the dragon doesn't know is that Vidul will still be able to control that other. So Vidul could also flood the well. So Vidul's going to somehow... Okay, this is the other part. That's part of the song now. The dragon will be in the bear, and the bear will be over there, but Vidul won't really care because the power will be Vidul's to bear. So Vidul will kind of, I think if I'm following this, the dragon, I still understand why the dragon's time pressure is, but Vidul's time pressure is that the countdown has begun. So pretty soon the park would flood unless all this construction's done. So I guess that makes sense for the dragon too, because otherwise then the well would be permanently underwater. But what Vidul's going to do is somehow get the dragon, catch the dragon. So, okay, so this is, okay, so my memories now, I don't know. There's something about it. But so somehow Vidul's going to get the dragon into Mary Bear over there. So this is like a double cross. So Vidul's going to double cross the dragon. I guess that's some relief if Vidul's successful. should we help Vidul? Like, what's the bad idea? What's our bad idea feel? I don't know if I could help Vidul. This is Lord Von Chill. I've kept quiet just because I'm thinking about Mary Bear down there. And I don't like Vidul sing. I don't like that I like Vidul singing. But I think this is good. We're learning this. I mean, I get the sense we're better than Vidul. I mean, I think everybody agrees. And I mean, I don't just mean because of that I'm Lord Von Chill, you know, but that, so I don't think I could work with Vidul, but we may be able to, wait a second, something's happening, Wada. The dragon's coming in. Okay, so the dragon is now not happy with Vidul because of timing again. So again, we must be close on oh yeah, we don't have much time at all. There's the dragons pointing to the rune-based clock. So yeah, we do not have much time left. Vidul's saying, don't worry. And the dragon saying, you know, so the dragon, I mean, okay, so now I'm getting a sense. Okay, so so somehow it is, my theory of clogged is not correct. I don't totally understand everything the dragon's saying. But basically, whatever's going on with this well or portal, it might be fixed. Not only, like, I think it's on a different time scale than we're on. But again, if they get water on top of it, the dragon's like, well, one, I think the dragon's expending, like all of the spiritual beings in there that are not nice are expending all their energy in effort to make the dragon appear in this world, like all their magic or whatever. So this is like their last gasp attempt, at least in this part of the long time that they're in. And the thought is that whatever the block, if that thing is blocked or something, that then it'll be repaired. And then they'll just go to whatever big farm. So they're almost like in a transitory state. I mean, I think I already said this. So the dragon's very concerned. So, okay, so it's kind of like a transit station where there's no trains coming, but more people keep coming into the station. Somehow, there's also positive and non-positive beings in there. Maybe they're kind of separated by like oil and water. Yeah. But not oil and water, because in this case, so two different densities of oil, and the water's on top. Who would have known positive beings and non-positive? I mean, I guess this is just a theory. Okay, but yeah, that so they're in a transitory state, and they're supposed to catch a train, metaphorically, to not the big farm in the sky. The positive beings are going to go to the big farm in the sky. Though some of them have been transitioning. Oh, so this is like energy theory too. No energy can go anywhere. It just can transfer. Okay, so, yeah, so the dragon. Okay, let me see if I could sum this up because it is very confusing. I can see all your faces. So this makes sense. Okay, so maybe they caused the clog. I don't know that part. But okay, so basically, this should be just in the past, but this isn't a human past. This is like a history of the existence past. So it's on a different time scale. This would have been a place of transition. I don't know if people spent time there or is just literally a tube that is clogged, a tube station. And I don't know, are two different tube stations that are on top of one another going in two different directions? I guess so, because if you go to like London or whatever, you say, okay, that station, and then go down to the next station. But then right now, the flow has been paused, whatever, train delays. But for an eternity, a train delay can be pretty long if it's delayed. And somehow they figured out that they could get out. Maybe some of them leaked out, kind of like in our adventure. And maybe they have magical energy. Somehow they got this dragon out, or the dragon is a representative of them. Meanwhile, the top station, so both these stations are underwater, which is kind of keeping it from just popping out. Again, I think this goes back to the geology thing. So the good big farm-bound people are on top, and they've been trickling out because maybe the geology, I guess, what is it, like, dissolved limestone. Is that what, and something porous limestone? That was something that Vidul was thinking about. Oh, because Vidul's going to also cut. Okay. All right. So Vidul has longer term plans to seal up the limestone. But anyway, not important right now. That's future plans that were in the song. Okay. But so, yeah, this is like they're trying to get out of their tube station into to this world that we're in and our world and transfer their energy here and get away. Basically, and then like it sounds like they're pretty powerful. So maybe they're not even from Earth. I don't know. That's like because I mean I don't like how is Mary Bear one size? Oh boy, wait a second. Now the dragon seems to be absorbing the bear. Okay. So I just saw that. So Baron of Boyle's son, who did seem to be best friends with Vidul and siblings or half-siblings or whatever, foundling siblings. The Baron of the Boyle son has now joined the dragon like Mary Bear did. Oh, but somehow Mary Bear's in that jar now. But the dragon seems to be planning on leaving. Oh, the dragon doesn't see the jar. Well, Vidul's been standing in front of it the whole time. Okay, interesting stuff here. But the dragon's going off, basically said, hurry up, and this is like an ultimatum now. Like, I can absorb you next, Vidul. Okay, now Vidul's not happy. Okay, so Vidul's got another one of those gems, and I just realized that is an old, ancient thing called Baram's gem. And it just clicked for me because it's green and basically not the same Baram. You guys may be remembering a different Baram. You're not no one's following me. Great. No one in our party is following me. Basically, they're spiritual magnets or spiritual based being magnets. So the one in the jar is magnetized to Mary Bear. Now, Vidul's putting one in that, that's another, it's not a plushie or a stuffy, but it's from the attraction, and it doesn't seem to be operating. But Baron of the Boyle's putting a gem in that thing with large shoes, face paint, red nose, holding balloons. And, oh yeah, you're pulling the Baron of the Boyles into the large shoe-based being, and it has a squirting flower. Okay, so I'm pretty sure what's happened is that, everybody follows me, right? So, no? Okay, go ahead, Granada. Okay, so I'm following 10% of what you're saying, but I think the important 10%. So those gems are important, and they pull so what the Vidul is planning is pulling the dragon into Mary Bear, like that was in the song, like, and then Vidul will be totally in charge. Mary Bear's in that jar. I don't know what Vidul is planning, but maybe to keep everybody like that would be good to keep the friends working with Vidul long term if Vidul has long term plans. And Vidul is a little bit unhappy, but the Baron of Boyle, because Baron of Boyle is now smaller animatronic, Vidul has to carry it. It's somewhat cute seeing a cool-blooded based being holding it looks like a doll almost. And they're going off. Maybe Vidul's going to go put the Baron of the Boyle. I don't know. Oh, because probably wants to be in a hot air balloon. Because isn't that where they were in the original attraction when we were looking at those pictures when we were learning the song? Anyway, here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to grab some rope and assume I'm not going to assume anything. I just rolled 20s. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to get the jar of Mary Bear and the gems. Because the Vidul put a gem into Mary Bear, and so I'll get that gem. I'll get Mary Bear, and then does anybody have anything? Wait a second. Does anybody have, okay, like we'll put this green gem in there. Man, we need like a mist-filled jar or something. We'll just take it and then we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll figure out working with Vidul. Maybe Vidul will get, okay, I'll be back. Okay, there she goes. This is Mwada. Granada's down. Granada's got the gem from inside of the Mary Bear stuffy. And almost, oh boy, almost dropped the jar with Mary Bear. Okay, now coming back up. Okay, Granada's back. And so now what do? We have a gem, magnetic gem. We have a jar with Mary Bear's spiritual being in there and a gem. Oh, you grabbed another gem. So you have we have 3 gems? Okay. I wonder if that's Vidul's gem. Like, I think you have to make some sort of connection so it magnetizes to the right spirit. Yeah, like, remember, like Dustbusters. It's like Dustbusters, but specifically targeted dustbustering. That movie. I'm not afraid of any spiritual-based beings, spiritual-based mist at all. That was that. Remember that? Anybody else remember that movie? It was from the before time. They had a song about it. That was the saying. I'm not afraid of any spiritual-based beings, mist-based being of beingness or something like that. So, okay. So now what are we going to, go ahead, Eleanor. Okay. So I'm concerned because I'm feeling like, something's come up for me. I've got that same feeling. We had superior motivations. I still feel like our motivations are superior because we're going to, and I feel like we have a clear path to victory, but one thing is missing, which is that we told that security bot we would let it out. We would come back to the security room and, I just can't stop thinking about it. If we're really friends, we could do that. And we got to do something with this Mary Bear. So I think we need to go. I know this is the worst time to go to the security room, but otherwise we're not really friends. Does anybody else have an opinion about that? This is what I think that's, I mean, I think with only bad ideas being proven to be good, that's not a bad idea either. You're right. We've got to be friends to security bot, but also let's go. I'm following Granada's already on the way. Mary Bear I wonder if Mary Bear can hear me. The thing I'm thinking is that, yeah, we could use the security bot's help because the security bot's friends with Mary Bear. And wow, we're already here. Granada, you are fast. Time. Okay. And the security bot's opening the door. It sees repaired one of the other security bots, but it's still not, it's repairing it. Here's a wild idea. What if we put Mary Bear's gem in that other security bot? There's number 5, that's number 11. So let's just see what happens. Okay. So, Mary Bear, if you could hear us, we're going to open your jar and put your gem in the security bot. And then you'll be Mary Bear bot repaired by number 11. That's number 5. Okay, I'm going to put the gem in here. Mary Bear. Oh, Mary Bear's, okay, they can only communicate by humming, I guess. Okay, hi, Mary Bear. Okay, Mary Bear hummed back. Okay. Oh, is that thank you or I don't, okay. Mary Bear, why don't you back and forth for yes and spin one direction for no? Would you say One Direction? That was a band. Oh, which direction? Clockwise for no. No, not counterclockwise would be, I don't know, I don't understand. Back and forth, yes. Do you understand? Yeah, oh, yeah, funny. So that must be Mary Bear. Okay, so Mary Bear, were you following everything for the most part other than when it was confusing? Yes, okay. So number 5's also very invested. Number 5 must be alive in that case. Number 5, are you alive? You're not just a robot anymore. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. Even if you're just a robot, that's fine, but you really were helpful to us. Oh, okay. And it's really hard to understand humor with humming robots where it's easier, where the humming isn't clear. And then you're trying to do punchlines because you're a tread-based being. And then you're moving on your treads, and then you're trying to make a joke when we can only delineate yes, no, or I don't understand. Okay, I guess that's probably hilarious in any other situation, but we also have a ticking clock to come up with a plan to double-cross Vidul and the dragon. Okay. Oh, you guys are bumping against this thing. Oh, okay, because this is where all the blueprints are. Okay, so... Okay, thank you, Mary Bear. Okay, so Mary Bear's pointing to stuff. Okay, so if I make some changes here. Okay, so yeah, we could draw... Okay, wow, that's a laser. You can write with a laser. Okay. Could have just written stuff. Okay, so that's Vidul's plan. Thank you, Mary Bear. Wait, look at these larger canals, because this is where the water's going to be released. Those are all the areas of water's being held that would flood the park, right? But Vidul has put these blocks on those so that the park won't flood. But the park also those are also extra canals, see on the other sides of the park, and through the middle of the park in case there was, in the past, if there was going to be flooding. So if we could, I'm just thinking, if water is somehow a preventative measure, maybe we, do the water around those. Mary Bear, do you think you could, is there anything in this room between the two of you? Could you, okay, yes. So maybe we could use those canals. I'm just trying to think. We need to reestablish the free flow water. But I'm just thinking if we could surround the park with water, basically permanently cut it off or make it much harder to get here because there'll already be more swamps surrounding the park after this. But then we could also shift the water flow and it would basically further cut the park off and hopefully this growth would happen and then cover the well. So we just have to permanently... as long as we, I think that would alleviate the pressure and then we could just permanently open that thing that Vidul's planning on controlling. But that'll be easy because what we could do is, do the gem switcheroo, right? We could so we'll take this jar back. Granada, you're already doing it. Okay, that looks like Mary Bear's still in there. Okay. Fake jar. Okay, those are those are nice that they have art supplies here in this office in the storage. Okay, so Granada, you're going to do that and come back. Okay. So we'll just do this gem switcheroo. I don't know what we'll do. We'll have to come up with a plan, but I think we can double cross, there's no way the dragon trusts Vidul, right? So if we can figure out what the dragon's going to do to trick Vidul, then we could do that, and then we can, so let's go. But I think if we can get the dragon, so that gem is already ready. I just have to, activate it. So we could just wait and then get the dragon in something other than... Mary Bear, we may not be able to get you in there. Now, Mary Bear, how would you feel if we, dealt with Vidul in a way where Vidul was, because this must be Vidul's gem. Or if not, I could align this gem to resonate with Vidul. We could put Vidul in your body, Mary, but no, definitely no. That's a definite no. Okay. All right. Oh, Granada's back. So as of now, Vidul thinks everything's going to go smooth. We just have to figure out what the dragon's going to do. But I think we can anticipate that the dragon's going to try to stop Vidul somehow, too. Probably by switching the gem, maybe? I don't know. Maybe we should rest. You're right. Let's rest. And I think we've got this. I think we're going to be fine. Yeah, because we have the dragon's gem and Vidul's gem now. So we just got to do this and it'll be done. We'll be done soon. This is great. I think we can rest well. And I'm glad we came back to show our friendship to number 5. And now our new friend, Mary Bear, number 11, Mary Bear. Good night, everybody. All right, I want to thank everybody that became a patron recently to support the show directly. Couldn't do without these people. I want to thank Lilia, Jamie, and Angie. Thank you, thanks, and good night. Susie Q, Audrey, and Zarin. Thank you, thanks, and good night. Isabella, Pixie, and Ben. Thank you, thanks, and good night. AB, Kim, and Anissa. Thank you, thanks, and good night. Pete, Lori, and Michael. Thank you, thanks, and good night. Heidi, Chris, and Lena. Thank you, thanks, and good night. D, Sarah, and Delilah. Thanks, and good night. And Dawson. I don't know if that's Dawson from Dawson's Creek, but yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for supporting the show directly or supporting the sponsors, however you support the show. Great way to support the show for free is spreading the word, letting people know about the show. You can also get rewarded. You could earn ad-free episodes by signing up for our referral program at sleepwithmepodcast.com/refer. So do that, and you'll get rewarded, too, for what you're already doing. Thanks, and good night, everybody. All right, but this is Scoots with a tuck you in message at the end of the show, as we do. And this time I'm going to ask questions because since April of 2025, we've been trying to look at the, I don't know, what I'm doing is not working, so I'm trying to change what I'm doing, I guess. So I've been trying to get some questions together, and you could answer these questions or not. You don't need to. Or these ones are kind of just, hey, if you just happen to be listening in. But I'm here to listen to those answers, and you could answer those if you happen to want to tomorrow or even tonight at sleepwithmepodcast.com/listen. So, yeah. And this will help me understand, especially people that listen, have been listening longer than 6 months, have been listening longer than a year, have been listening longer than 3 years. People that listen most nights or listen all night long or fall asleep fast, or you've been listening so long that everything kind of blends together. You're like, I don't even know how long I've been listening. So one question would be like, when you press play with Sleep With Me at bedtime, what's something you hope doesn't happen? Like, I don't know if it's like, that you don't, it doesn't start you thinking about more, or that the night doesn't feel as long, or that you don't feel alone, or the physical sensations you don't feel, or the thoughts, or the feelings you don't come up. Or it could be something else. I mean, something more specific, but maybe it's not. Maybe there's just not words for it. And what does Sleep With Me replace for you? Like, what did you used to use? Or what does it fill in? Does it fill in silence in the room? Like a TV that used to be on, or something, a show you used to stream? Does a show Sleep With Me replace your thoughts? Like a train of thoughts you got to go on a ride with. Does it replace, something that helps you rest? And And then I guess like I'm curious, like if you do hear the requests for support and the kind of varying degrees of feeling I have when I'm making those messages, right? And then maybe they kind of slide by or slip past you. I want to know more about that. Like, so when you do hear those messages, if you do, like what thoughts or feelings come up? Is it something like, I'll do this later, or someone else probably has it covered, or you don't need my support, or I don't want to think about that right now, doing something or paying for something or taking any steps? Or is it like, that's just not for me. I'm not a person that supports podcasts, or that doesn't sound like something I want to do or need to do. Okay, and then if you are one of those people that says, yeah, I'll do it later, like what does later mean for you, right? Is it like later, and this is one that comes up in my personal life, there'll be a better time in my life later for this, like my life will be more calm, or I'll be more, these are my words that I use for internally, not for you, but I'll be more emotionally able to handle that later, or I'll remember later, or maybe I'll be sleeping better and I won't need to do it later, or maybe my sleep, maybe it'll be, my life will be less full later. And then another question is like, if you've ever looked at joining Sleep With Me Plus and thought like, I don't need more, or the free show always works for me, so what else would I need? I'm curious about that, like what the more might be. Does it sound like more work or more effort? Like, does it sound like you'd have to do something or manage something new? Does it sound like a change to a routine that's already kind of working that you don't want to mess up? Because I can't keep doing... like I've got to change around the messaging around the show, even if it doesn't end up working out, because it's just, I want to be closer to the listeners I have, you know, and I don't want to expend so much time and energy keeping the show going, or with my concerns around that, that it, makes it impossible to make the show anyway, almost. It's kind of gotten to this point where it's like a conundrum, I guess. So I want to move to getting to know things better, and then trying to do some things in a different way. I don't know if a more holistic way is the right way to say it, but... So yeah, that's what kind of those questions are about, is me kind of understanding more, listening, and most of the questions will have open-ended answers, too. So if you want to do that, you can fill, like, I got a survey. It doesn't, I don't know if it has all those questions on there, but sleepwithmepodcast.com/listen. Or if this kind of pushed you over the edge, you know, you could always support the show at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. But I think it'll say that at listen anyway. And again, there's no rush. Requirements. It's just, this way of like, I want to keep making this podcast, ideally for a long, long time in the future. And most of our funding comes like 80% of the way we pay our bills is by listener support. But I want people to feel welcome, right? And it's kind of gotten to this point where it's like, I think I already said though, it's like I'm so concerned with keeping the show going, it's almost making it possible to keep it going and maybe pushing people away, which I don't want to do. Because, again, my goal this year is not just to keep the podcast sustainable, it's to bring sleepy joy and delight. So I'm hoping I could do both those things together somehow. So I'm hoping, some of this idea of listening and getting to know. And if you are, the thing is, and it's also no pressure, like if you can't support the show, or you decided when we did it last year, you were like in the group of listeners like, no, I don't want to support the show ever. That's great because we like, it's the people that I've never heard from, right, that I'm trying to get to understand better this time, who are like in a position where they can support the show. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, so anyway, thanks so much for listening. And if you're new or occasional listener, or you already decided not to support the show, you're not in a position to support the show. Thanks, because you're taken care of. Like, and I think probably me getting through this phase of the show will positively impact your show, because I know when I'm really feeling it, like I'm really like, you know what I mean? You could hear it in the tone of my voice on some of those reads. And I don't know, I'm trying to find a better way to move forward with the show. And I guess I apologize when it's like, I don't know, everything's kind of intertwined. So I wish there was an easier, perfect way to do all this. So I guess I'm going to try this way and see how it goes. Thanks.